Gonna get this. Okay, yeah, we good now. All right. What I want to do right now, I want to welcome everybody to another episode of the Strategically Reckless Podcast. I am your host, Jay Brown, aka Mr. 710, and we are back up in this thing once again. Listen, hey, today I'm gonna try not to get in trouble today, but you know, I already ran a couple things by the wife, trying to figure out how I wanted to talk about it, and so whenever I got to do that, y'all already know. Also, today is gonna be a little different. It's gonna be a little freestyle show. It's a little different than normal, but it's still gonna be dope, yo. As you can tell, I ain't even got no hat on today. Your boy shaved and everything like that. That's for the people that's listening via Instagram Live. And so, like, here's the crazy thing. I don't know how many animals that y'all used to rocking with, but what I will say is, listen, if you've ever been trapped by a dog, trapped by a bear or a lion or something like that, something that's gonna do some of that real deal damage to you, man. Come on now, let's not do this. Yes, it's all bad at that point. It's definitely all bad at that point. And so the thing is, it's like, yo, man, why are we why did I get in this situation? How did I get in this situation like this? It's all bad. It's all bad to be in this situation. The problem was it was nothing that was dangerous in that way. When it wasn't technically dangerous. I was held hostage by a hummingbird. Yeah. I was held hostage by a hummingbird. And part of the problem was, when it comes to hummingbirds, I have no history with dealing with hummingbirds. Like, zero history. I don't know what to do when a hummingbird comes up. And so here's the deal. I was cleaning up the kitchen. Sorry about that. I'm trying to fix some stuff on the fly, and that ain't working out too good for me. But I was cleaning up some stuff in the garage, and I had both garage doors open. I look up and I see what looks to be a and so when that bumblebee flew over to I'm tripping a little bit because I have no idea what to do when a hummingbird is just flying at you or and hanging out in your face. Like it's hanging out. It was hanging out way too close to my face, and I didn't know how to. I didn't know how to deal with that. And so I'm sitting there like this was the longest 5 seconds of my life because I don't know how to deal with hummingbirds. They look dangerous. Like, Tim, what do y'all do? What do you do when you come face to face with something that you don't know how to deal with? Ray's were, oh man, I'm missing a whole bunch of these people. Yeah, I was Jerry, was good. Yes, I was legit held hostage by this damn hummingbird. Like I don't speak hummingbird. I don't know how to deal with hummingbirds. I have zero history with hummingbird and what to do when they are asking for some damn nectar. I don't know what that look like, yo. Like I'm sitting up here and I'm like it's flying at my face. And this is hanging out. The longest 5 seconds ever. Like I have had an opportunity in my young days over in South Korea they had shark diving at this mall. It was called Coex Mall. They had shark diving over there. And shark diving was something that what up, E? What up, Wardo? Yeah, I Ray's World. What's good? Damn, I hate that I missed her. She ain't in there no more. Shark diving was something I didn't want to do because sharks might do shark stuff. I ain't supposed to be in there with no damn shark. We ain't friends. And so for a shark to see me, I don't know what I ain't know. Look, I'm not supposed to be in an aquarium. I don't know when a shark is pissed off. So for me, it's always safe to assume, always, like a shark is always mad. As far as I'm concerned, anything that don't make the sounds, that don't give you the warning, the real warnings, like, all right, what animals do we know we gotta be scared of? Like snakes hiss, yeah, whatever. They all hiss when they mad or when they not. What I do know is when I've seen one on one of them little TV shows and they trying to interview the person, that little handler, and then that handler end up getting bit in the face talking about how sweet and how nice this damn snake is. Well, as far as I'm concerned, you are very wrong. You are very wrong. You out here, you got bit in the face by this snake that you said don't do nothing. That's a lie. This is what we're not going to do is be playing around with these animals that we have no idea when they pissed off or not. Like this is ridiculous. And so I'm not going to play around. Y'all judging. You can laugh. Either thing there laughing, talking about, hostage by a hummingbird. Yeah, hostage by a damn hummingbird. A lot of y'all get held hostage by roaches. I don't want to hear nothing about a hummingbird. You can't say nothing to me about a hummingbird. And y'all be out here being held hostage by a roach. A little spider water bug. Y'all won't even go to a whole part of y'all house because of a roach. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like you not great. Make fun of me because of a hummingbird. How you can't even shoot a hummingbird. Don't nobody hunt hummingbirds. You can't shoot them. You're not fast enough. Let one of them fly up next to your face. Bees put people into a flux, so I know a hummingbird is putting. Hey, That's taking folks out the game. Let's stop playing. Texas roaches fly. That's their hummingbird. I heard those places that got those big ass roaches like that. Those be putting people in bad situations. They make them real uncomfortable. People move because of those. We moved because of the little wood things, water bugs or whatever. We had to get up out of there. No. And New Texas roaches, I'm pretty sure they don't fly as fast as hummingbirds. Like this one came and it flew in front of me like it was one of those remote controls, like it was a drone. You're not gonna catch me doing nothing. I don't do nothing. All I do is see stuff, make fun of stuff. And outside that, I be minding my business. I mind my business. Also, since last week, I found myself, so it's for the people in the chat room, everybody that's listening. When you were a kid, you looked at some of the ways that your parents parented you, and you were like, I'm never gonna do that. Or you just had some really amazingly great parents that did everything correct, and you was like, I want to be just like them when I grow up. You probably said by nobody, not even Marcus Jordan or Jeffrey Jordan. Michael Jordan kids is like, that's a little tough right there. I don't want to be like that. I'm gonna do something else. I understand that. That makes sense to me. And so, what up, T? How you living? My Jordan kids was like, I don't know about that. That feel like a bad idea to me. And so I understand. I get it. What up, baby? But I be asking the wrong questions sometimes. I ask the wrong questions, and I don't feel like I like my dad and I, we went back and forth on how I deal with the boy, and if I'm out here making him lie and stuff like that. Like I used to pretend to blame my mom for making my brother and I lie, and it just wasn't the case. Like I wasn't being truthful. I've learned and understood the good parts of them and the not so good parts. That's how I'm raising mine. Yeah, and you know what? A lot of it makes a lot of sense now. Like when you have your own, a lot of it makes sense. And so you're raising these kids, and in our situation, I am raising somebody else's. And it's just certain ways that I feel like I know that he looks at the world and he feels like he knows a lot. Like he's getting into that stage where he is looking at, like, I know stuff now. I can read now. I know stuff. You can't tell me nothing. He Alexa, play Old Town Road. And I was like, nah, I don't like that song. And the only reason why I don't like that song is because the kids sing that can't nobody tell me nothing part way too loud. Like they give that part way too much energy. And some of them had a nerve to be looking you dead in your eye while they singing it. Like, yeah, can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me. Like they get all the way into it. That's a problem for me. I don't want you to be that amped about trying to not listen to nobody. This is bad. And so, like my dad and I, we had this debate, and I was talking about, asking him, just telling him not to do something as opposed to asking him, what are you doing? because what are you doing usually leads to the lie. Like, what are you doing usually leads to the lie. What up, cat? How you living? What are you doing leads to a lie. Like, it leads to a lie so smooth. And part of, I don't like to be lied to, but I run myself right into it. And so this morning, he gets up and he's like, hey, Mr. Jason, can I go get my robe? And I'm like, no, buddy, you about to get dressed. And the time it's going to take you to go downstairs and get your robe. It shouldn't be downstairs. You could have already brushed your teeth and washed your face and on your way to getting dressed. That just made sense to me. I thought that was clear. I go downstairs, I run down, he go in there, he brushes his teeth, and I go downstairs to get my coffee. As I'm on my way up, now he was in his underwear at the time. I come back upstairs. Fam is in his onesie. He didn't put on the whole onesie. And it's still unzipped. And I'm like, hey, the boy. What are you doing? Like, I was cold, so I was putting this on. So you're gonna put on clothes, a whole outfit. Like, a onesie is a whole damn outfit. You put on the whole damn outfit to brush your teeth, or so just to wash your face, and then you're gonna have to take off this whole onesie to put on your school uniform. So you just put on some clothes and take off some clothes and put on some more clothes within the same 5 minutes. If we not BSing, within the same 5 minutes, is this what we doing? And he said, no. Shit, I was ready to punch some air. Like, I need to figure, what? Come on, man. Hey, man. And after he says no, this is the other part that kind of pissed me off. He zips it up all the way. He zips it up right in my face. I'm gonna knock you out. You really just zipped this. You really just zipped this motherfucker right in front of my face, as if I didn't just have a problem with you going through with putting it on anyway. It's gonna be one of them mornings, one of those brand new mornings. Every morning, getting these kids ready for school is like a brand new morning. He has gone to school at least 200 days while he's been with us, and we are still trying to figure out this morning thing, and I don't know why. Like, it's been at least 200. I know the kids go to school at least 190, and he's been here the whole year. Come on, man. He did last year with us, so I know it's at least 300 days of school that we are still trying to get this thing hammered away so it can be smooth. But I mess up because I asked the wrong question. I just told him. Get that damn one, y'all. Shit, I just wait to get my coffee. That was my problem. I know better. I know better. I shouldn't have. What up, bro? I shouldn't have left to go get my coffee because that gave him the opportunity to go in there to get the onesie. Like, as soon as he heard me go down the stairs, he flushed the toilet. He probably didn't wash his nothing because he had to go get that onesie. Now, it ain't even cold in the bathroom. It's just something else. I just talked about hummingbirds holding me hostage and all these other animals and stuff that I'm not going to deal with. I told y'all the story that he said that he had a pet pigeon back in the day. I'm like, how you get a pigeon? Like, you just ran up on it? Y'all just got it? Because they ain't got those at PetSmart. I know that. But he had this thing where he's like, I got a pet lizard. I was like, where'd you get that from? Because we took you to PetSmart. And he was like, hey, my wife was like, hey, leave the wildlife alone. I'm like, hey, you need to leave that. It's a good idea to leave that wildlife alone because you have no idea of when it's going to be pissed off. Unlike me, you act like you don't know when I'm going to be mad, but you really don't know when they're going to be mad. And, you know, he kind of looked at me like I was just, what do you mean? It's just a lizard. It's my pet. I was like, you're the same kid that was trying to hatch an egg. Like, no, this is not yours. This is not. It's for you to play and mingle. Like, you just out there in their area. What if a bear just picked you up and was like, this is my pet? Like, it's not gonna work. You don't know how to take care of one of them little gecko things. And so the other day, I see him out the window with something in his hand, and I can't tell what it is, but he's holding it weird. And so here my dumbass is, number one, the boy, what's in your hand? And as when he heard me, he dropped it. And he looked at me with his mouth open. And he was looking up at me. I was standing at the deck looking down at him. And he looking at me and I'm looking at him. And we having that Diddy stare off. And we just looking. I'm like, what did you have in your hand? I saw you drop something. And he looking at me still like, it's a lie. I mean, I know I'm not supposed to be playing, but Karen's Long was good. I know I'm not supposed to be playing with whatever I was playing with. And he reached down and he grabbed a fistful of grass. Like he pulled up grass. It wasn't just pre-cut grass that was just clippings. He yanked up a fistful of grass. It was like, this is what I had, Mr. Jason. Hey, listen. I could have jumped off the top rope. I could have jumped off the deck. I could have jumped directly off the top rope. I would have had to land the Macho Man Randy Savage elbow smash right onto him because I was just like, I cannot believe that you just dropped that off. But that was my fault. I shouldn't have asked the question of what he had in his hand. I should have just said, since you felt like you needed to drop that, don't ever pick it up again. You weren't supposed to have it. You weren't supposed to have it. So this is a lesson for all the parents that's listening to me right now. You got to ask the right questions. Because if you got one like we got one, they're going to answer the part of the question that they think you want to know. And then you're going to end up being pissed off. Because I had to tell him one day, like, hey, buddy, listen. The only reason why I'd be mad at your lies, 80% of it is because they're bad. Like, you're not good at it. Like, I be mad because you tell disrespectful lies. Like, you tell lies that make me mad that you thought that I was going to believe it. That by itself. Yeah, that pisses me off, man. That part. I don't know. You know, I was being funny one day, but I was like, yo, you need some internal quality control. Because I'm not always going to be around, but when I'm not, you always seem to do something that people won't approve of. Like in general, especially me or my wife. The people, rule makers don't approve of the stuff that you do when you not being watched. You need quality control. Morant needs control. He needs somebody. I don't care who it is. It could be his daddy. He needs quality control. And quality control, for anybody that don't know, and I would hope that you all do, you just need that somebody that's always going to be there to tell you, hey man, no, don't do that. Hey, don't do that. And what this was supposed to be a whole different conversation, because my wife and I, quality control came up in a conversation that we had about Little Richard, in which I guess it was a TikTok or something like that, where they were saying the original lyrics to Tutti Frutti was like Tutti Frutti, good booty, and something and greasy. Like, I'm like, yo, like it was way off the chain. And Little Richard didn't have no quality control on the front end. Now, when he went to try to perform this in public, talking about greasy booties and good booty and tight and whatnot, tight and greasy. Y'all look this up. Little Richard, the original lyrics to Tutti Frutti. But he ain't there talking about getting it in that jacket. Like, come on, Richard. That's a lot, buddy. You tried to perform that out loud back then. That you're a bold one for trying it. You definitely a bold one for trying it, but they're not gonna let that go. And so you needed quality control on your side to be like, hey, Richard. Hey, come, listen. That ain't gonna work, bro. Don't do that. You don't want to do that one. Like, yeah, when you got the good booty part, that's over with. There's more? Oh, well, damn. You got to take that out too. And so the version that you heard is the version that you've always known. That ain't the original. That's the remix. That is the stuff you hear on the radio back in the day. Like, you hear something on the radio, and then when you hear the tape of the CD, you be like, oh, I didn't know they said that. Or you hear a song on the radio, and then you hear it on XM, and you be like, you can't sing the XM version because you don't know none of those words. You've heard the song, but you don't know none of these words. The original words, you like, yeah, kids can't hear this. And so Little Richard didn't have quality control. John Morant, for some reason, does not have any level of quality control within his inner circle. And I feel like every celebrity, even if you just rich, you probably need a level. You need somebody that's gonna be your quality control. That, hey, because they can't all just be yes men. Quality control tell you, hey, this is defective. This situation right here is defective. You do not need to be a part of that. Hey, why are give me that gun, fam? Put your phone down. You see with the pistol, why you got your phone out? Why you got your phone out, buddy? You see me with the strap. And you gonna have to put the camera over here on me. Then I would have had to catch a charge on that one for pistol whipping somebody else. Hey, man. Come on, man. Like, you have all of them need to have somebody. I'm talking about in quality control from every aspect. So it might just need to be more than one person. But if you out here You a single dude out here in these streets and you rich and famous and you young and whatnot, your quality control need to be a old player, a old pimp, so he can tell you, no, youngster, that one ain't it. You need somebody who can read women real quick and be like, no, that ain't it. No, that ain't it. Not her either. She look at her. She get pregnant for me. That one gonna cost you a lot of money. Like quality control. If Mary J. Blige had quality control, can't marry her, and they end up taking her to court for alimony. You will forever be upset about that. We will always remember that the dude got her. He got Monet. But you can't, like, for him, all right, after the first time in the club, yeah, nothing happened, but you out here with that little bitty pistol, and then everybody made fun of you because you're not a gangster. And so then you turn around and you like, let me show you that I'm a gangster. You got a bigger pistol, but your dumb ass got it pointed up towards your head. Come on, dude. Quality control should already tell you, like, hey, don't hold the gun like that. Even in the open, like Georgia, you do not need a permit to carry. Which I will say it's different seeing so many people with guns in public, just walking around with it, just in case, because people are fools out here. Just in case somebody want to pop off, I ain't gonna be butt naked. See, folks, this dude was at the bowling alley, had a strap, and this was before the Kemp passed a law to make it legal just to carry. Dude, so I mean, I'm not judging dude, but usually people who's gone to classes and got license and stuff like that, they manage their weapon in a different kind of way than the people who don't. And the people who haven't gone through any classes or training or had any, like, they all handle their weapon or deal with their weapon in a different kind of way. And you can tell the difference between somebody who has the training and somebody who hasn't. This dude he was bowling, his pants were sagging, and he had his gun clipped to the back of his pants. He had the pants clipped to the back of his pants. One wrong move, he was gonna shoot his whole taint off. Whole tank was gonna be gone. But why? You need to strap out the bowling alley. You got to keep it on your sagging pants. At least pull your pants up so it's not gonna be hanging and flopping all over the place. Like it was hanging and flopping all over the place. I was like, it's time to go. It's time to go. Quality control will tell you, hey, you need to put your gun in a different spot. Pretty independent judge was good. Ja Morant needs quality control. You have no idea. Listen, Ja, if you're not getting ready to shoot nobody, why are you always out here with your guns up and out? You need to learn from Uncle Jerome. I ain't taking my gun out of the holster unless I'm ready to bang, bang, bang. You young boys don't know nothing about Jerome. Come on, man. Now you about to lose out on a whole lot of money for no damn reason. You have enough to hire anybody that you need. You can hire anybody that you need. If you want to hire, whoever you want to hire, you can hire any action hero. You can hire Denzel Washington to play the dude from the Equalizer and walk around and protect you. You got no money to pay for him to do that for a few hours? How long it take to make a movie? Because that's what he be getting paid. Man, drop that off. You need somebody to protect you. But you need to learn, like, you ain't the one that need to have a gun ever in life. Plausible deniability. I don't know whose it is, but when it's in your hand, it look like it's yours. Let me just tell you, like, when it's in your hand, it look like it's yours. So when it's in your hand, in a picture or a video, it is your gun. It was your little bitty ass gun that you had at the club. It's like, come on, man. Like, you can't be that careless. And you can't be out there with the pistol out in the open, just boom, 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 while you riding. What if they were in Memphis? I went to school about an hour from Memphis. Memphis streets ain't about shit. One pothole. Now what? We having a totally different conversation that could have been avoided altogether. We got to be smarter than that. Got to be smarter than that. It makes zero sense. It makes zero sense. And why do we have to think this is not one of those stories that people thought they were going to have again? What the hell add that again? Well, man, let's not do that. Let's not do that. What we are going to do, we need to talk about this JANELLE MONAE. I wonder if my wife's still in here. You know what? So, one morning recently, I woke up at about 3 o'clock. It was over the weekend. I woke up at about 3 o'clock and it was on 10. So I was like, normally I don't pick up my phone unless I'm wide awake. And that just didn't feel like getting up. So I pick up my phone, check Twitter. Don't know what made me check Twitter that day, but I saw JANELLE MONAE was trending. And I hit the button. What is she trending for? I always check to see what's trending. Folks, when I saw what was trending, this was before I saw the video, I was like, oh, this what you're doing now? Okay. And you have to start reading the comments. You start reading the comments and it's like, oh. And so, all right, see, I'm glad this happened. And Monae, I'm not trying to put you on the spot. But when I was having a conversation with my wife about how I was gonna talk about the JANELLE MONAE stuff, I was just like, okay. And I made a mention of she did this, and my wife corrected me and was like, they, them. And I was like, oh. Okay. So I wasn't gonna talk about it from that angle, but since you brought up they, them, now I have to include they, them in how I deal with this, because she identifies as non-binary. And I use my wife as my quality control. I use my brother as quality control, and my dad as quality control. Those are about the three people that can get me to change my mind about how I look at something. Usually most people can't. And so it's just kind of what it is, but it kind of depends on what it is. If I feel strongly enough about it. But when my wife was like, they, them, that's what JANELLE MONAE identifies as when it comes to her pronouns. And I was like, you know what? I had never, like, I knew it, but I don't think about it because I always see Janelle Monae as a pretty person. Like, if someone was like, "Hey, can you describe Janelle Monae?" I would naturally say she's pretty, and that would be wrong. And I was like, "But baby, if I call her she, if I call Janelle Monae a she, because that's how I've always seen Janelle Monae, it wouldn't be. I wouldn't feel it was." She said it could be offensive, and I was just like, "Wow, okay." And then, of course, my brain, I'm silly. I am stupid. And for those that don't know, with the non-binary, they're not gonna necessarily identify with either, but both. And so I'm like, dang, that's so. I was like, baby, it was weird. I couldn't even phrase the question in the context that I wanted to phrase it in without feeling like I was gonna be offensive. I was like, is there a dude that's non-binary that women are attracted to? And she didn't know. Monday, see, you get on my damn nerves, I swear. I'm not even gonna laugh at that. I'm already laughing, but I'm not gonna laugh no more. I need my sound effect board to come up. And so I was like, because yes, guys and women are attracted to Janelle Monae. They was getting it in that video. And I get it. But then I was like, I don't know, but yeah. But then, but the guys look at Janelle Monae as a woman. They don't. I mean, and while it might be small-minded and probably I can see how it could be disrespectful, because it's not necessarily, giving credence to the them aspect of it. And so, and nobody would really want to do that. But she didn't have an answer for if there was a manly non-binary person that women that she could see herself just being like, it's okay, I'll figure it out, because they seem to be that cool. And yes, T, there was a ton going on in that video. That video needed a kind of soundtrack, something like this. They needed the that's what they needed on that soundtrack. You know what? This is a problem. I've watched that video once. I cannot tell you how the song went. Dug the video though. The video was, but I don't know what else happened in the video. I don't know what the song was about at all. And it was pressure, fun. I can tell you the scenes. No words, no hook, no nothing. Give me 1 second. Let's see. I can't tell you what the name of the song is. I cannot tell you no words of the song. I am sorry. If that was on BET Uncut, that would have been pushing the tip drill. Oh, suck it now. Wifey said she done watched it several times. You can watch it again. looking at them wolves. looking at them wolves. There's a lot of meat in that video, but hey, by all means, let's check it out. Let's check it out next week, baby. Speaking of, I wanted to talk about this real quick. They had a lot. Speaking of wolves, I was listening to As Yet, the song last night, and I was singing the song. And I was like, last night, and I was saying you. But I had the baby girls in the car, which, I turned it down some. Whenever I had the girls in the car, I listened to the words of the song a lot more, even though they can't really talk yet. And like the 2-year-old can, the little one, she not yet. She can make some sounds that sound like she's trying to mimic, but not yet. But I was listening to the words, and I was like, all right, that's pretty graphic. It went out inside of you, okay. And then it was like you saw the sun, the moon, the mountains, and the rivers in heaven. I was like, oh, hey, buddy, you need to stay away from that one. That one is going to be all, ain't nothing good going to come from this one. When somebody make you see all of those things, you can check 1 or 2 off the list, that's fine. But if you see all of them, you should run. Because that wolf is going to have you doing things that you should not be doing. That wolf is dangerous. I'm trying to pull up these lyrics right quick while I'm talking with this. You use old phones for stuff. They might be lagging a little bit, and I don't want to I don't want to risk nothing else. But yeah, like I was listening to the song, and he was like, and it made sense why he hit you with that. I'm so in love. Like they made him hang that. They made him hang that lyric. Come on, man. He almost sounded like he was crying. That is bad. And I was like, I feel like there's a limit to how good you want that wolf or that meat to be. But I'm only speaking from a dude's perspective, so a straight dude's perspective. So it's only going to be about that wolf. I'm getting this pulled up. I feel like it's a limit. Like for everybody back in the day who saw the Mr. Marcus and Superhead video, you had 1 or 2 reactions. One of them was, oh my gosh, she is amazing. The other thought was, she made him tap out and he do this as a professional. I'm good. For him as a professional, you're not going to win. It's over. All right, so if I got these pulled up, and so dude said, oh, he almost cried. You got some wolf that's making you cry. You need to leave it alone. That's too much. That is above your clearance. You have not at that clearance where it can make you cry. I might as well go ahead and jump personal right quick. We only got 7 minutes left. If you made somebody cry, go ahead and tap that 100 on the reaction. Just tap the 100, so it won't say it won't say who your name is in the chat. I don't want you to put it in the chat, but if you put the 100, I think you can tap that, or the laughing faces. Ain't no who out here with that wolf that you need to stay away from. But man, see. Some people just ain't gonna do right. But it's songs like that we used to sing back in the day that I was just like, yo, I thought that was a dope ass song. And then I started listening to it like, yo, Fam was a sucker. He was either on rookie level or she had some platinum. Some platinum that he wasn't qualified for. He didn't have that clearance for that. You know what? I wish there wasn't clearance. I wish there wasn't clearance for quality control will tell you real quick. Quality control will tell you to stay away from some wolf like that. Man, the quality controller definitely tell you, hey, that one. If you don't play, if you ain't marry her, you might as well, you don't want to mess with that. That's that grown woman right there. I wish quality control would have told them not, like on some of these movie remakes. I wish quality control would tell them, hey, don't do that. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. It was not necessary. After the first house party, after the first house party, there was not a need for, like, House Party 2, I get it. They tried it. It wasn't as good. House Party 3, I get it. They tried it. It was better than 2. Not nowhere near as good as 1. They just tried to add more people to it. House Party 4, they could burn that right now. 5, set that mother on fire too. Quality control should have told them not to waste the money on that. I'm almost willing to bet that was one of the ones that I have not seen the whole thing of. I have not seen all of House Party 4. I haven't seen House Party 5 at all. And this new one that's out, I watched it. I wasted 1 hour and 27 minutes of my day. It got to a point where I was able to just walk out on it and come back or start doing something else and come back on to it. There's no need. I don't know, and I don't want to hate on White Men Can't Jump, but as it stands right now, I keep seeing these previews, and every time I look at it, I haven't been enticed. I've seen Jack Harlow play basketball for real. He is not good. Only one that's worse than him is Lil Baby. I say the only, but that's the one I know. Lil Baby is horrible. But Jack Harlow ain't much better. In a 1-on-1 to 3, it'll probably take them 47 minutes for one of them to win the game. We ain't doing that. Get somebody else to do it. But now they got a bunch of people in this movie that don't look like they can play basketball at all. We didn't find out till later on that Wesley Snipes couldn't hoop. We found out later on that Wesley Snipes couldn't hoop. The best basketball players in that movie was Fighting Willie, and Wayne Martin actually played professionally, and the other guy played overseas somewhere, I believe. He might have been a professional too, or played at college. They look like they could hoop. I was destroyed a little bit when I found out that Wesley Snipes couldn't hoop. But I know I've already seen Jack Harlow not be able to play basketball. So if they make him be kind of good in this movie, I'm going to be like, oh, CGI is ridiculous. This is some next level movie magic you got going on. If you ain't make him be Billy Ho after what we saw at the All-Star Celebrity 2-on-2 game a few years ago. I know what I'm getting myself into. You ain't have to do this. Like, if you're gonna remake a movie that was from the 90s that had Wesley Snipes in it, you remake New Jack City. People watch a remake of New Jack City. That would be, I would like that. A remake of New Jack City. This remake of White Men Can't Jump, I feel like it's getting ready to be like Lottery Ticket Part 2. Did you like Coming to America Part 2? Because I don't think there was really a need for that. They just did it. Just to do it. You don't need a School Days Part 2. You don't need a Menace to Society Part 2. Like, they did it. Yes, will we all love to see my man turn around in the chair and be like, you know you done fucked up, right? Now, you said that you was going to end this show at 10 o'clock. Now, earlier you said you was going to end the show at 9:30. And now it's 10 o'clock, right? That's what you said? Well, it's 10 o'clock. You know you done fucked up, right? Like, that's... You can't... You need that. Like, there's no need for another Training Day. The Training Day TV show that they came out with, stupid. Stupid. Equalizer 1, Equalizer 2. I think they're going to come out with another Equalizer. Fine. But Equalizer as Queen Latifah? Quality control. What you doing, cuz? Ain't nobody going to believe that Queen Latifah out here whooping ass. Are we serious? Criminals will beat the shit out of Cleo. Stop playing. Man, y'all getting on my nerves. But look, let me get on about this thing, man. Listen, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Y'all have been dope putting up with me trying to figure out this plug thing. I had to do it with no music and the other phone not working right. But we grind through this thing, you know what I'm saying? And look, this episode has been brought to you by the 17 Print Shop, where you can get the Shogun of Harlem regular t-shirt that's super dope. Had me out here looking all kind of buff. Look at that. That's what the Shogun of Harlem t-shirt will do for you. Shogun of Harlem in the front, and just so you know it's authentic, we got that good showing up on the back. I ain't gonna turn around. I ain't gonna turn all the way around because I don't want nobody to bite that. But you order on the website. That is the website is www.the710printshop.com. That's www.the710printshop.com. You can get this and other cool t-shirts as well as hoodies on that website. For a slight discount, go ahead and type in Team710 for a discount in the promo code section. Until next week, good people, y'all stay safe out in these streets. And once again, if you missed any of these past episodes, go ahead and tell Alexa to play the Strategically Reckless podcast. Download it on your iHeartRadio. Go ahead and do the notifications. Rate them. Hit the 5 stars for me. I need y'all support. That's the free stuff. I appreciate that. On the free stuff, I appreciate that. I don't ask for it a lot. Rate 5 stars. Thank you so much. Y'all be safe. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. If I ain't tell y'all yesterday, I appreciate y'all. The good ones. Y'all good ones, I appreciate y'all. The ones that keep having kids come to my house, y'all be getting on my nerves. All right, I'm out. Y'all crazy. Jay crazy.